What's the most important concern if the person dies? Destination of the body. Nowadays, there are many options for burial, and the earth burial is just one of them. But when ashes can be pressed into a diamond for permanently preservation, to launch new space away from the crowd, or be mixed into the smiling face fireworks for the last blow to make people who see it smile. Of course, these are predicated on cremation. Yeah, have you ever heard of water cremation? It's not as simple as putting body into sea. It was used as early as the 1990s to treat sick and dead livestock, but years later, water cremation is now widely used in the funeral profession. Is there something that makes it difficult for people to accept? First of all, we should figure out what water cremation is. It has a very simple principle: alkali hydrolysis. Since alkali is corrosive to the body, you can easily dissolve the body. When it comes to dissolving bodies, sulfuric acid, chlorhydric acid, and hydrofluoric acid are the first to come to mind. Similar to alkali, acids can dissolve corpses to have a biochemical reaction with human tissues to break down organisms from biological tissue into biomacromolecules and micromolecules. But acid has a bad temper. It's extremely corrosive. Agarajia, for example, if a chicken leg is put into it, even the bones will dissipate. If it's used for burial, nothing will be left for relatives to reminisce. And the reaction of acidic hydrolysis is pretty violent. The acid can be seen boiling, releasing thick smoke and very pungent smell, whereas alkali dissolution is gentler and safer. Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide solutions are more commonly used for water cremation because they can break the disulfide bond in proteins. This is a special machine for water cremation. It has a washing machine drum-like cylindrical steel chamber of about 300 liters for corpse, and the total proportion required dose of alkali solution according to weight of corpse and fill the steel chamber. However, the alkali reaction is very slow at room temperature and pressure. To improve efficiency, a heating tube at the bottom of the machine will heat the alkaline solution to about 150 degrees Celsius, which reduces the time taken to 3 to 6 hours. After a few hours, all human tissues other than bones dissolve in alkali solution, leaving no bacteria and no DNA behind. It requires special treatment that the machine will break the skull with a strong stream of water to ensure that the brain is completely hydrolyzed. All that is left at the end is a bowl of tea-colored water that smells a bit like boiled clams and a skeleton. This is water cremation, which does have some advantages over traditional cremation. While cremation brings some exhaust pollution, the original intention of water cremation was to find an environmentally friendly way. Water cremation reduces 83% of overall energy loss and waste emissions by 75% compared to cremation. It doesn't emit poisonous gases. In addition to being environmentally friendly, water cremation has another specific advantage. These are the remnants of water cremation. You know what they are? They include penis implant, dental plaster, cardiac pacemaker, and artificial hip joint with titanium wire surface. All of these were preserved intact in water cremation. Some of them have saved lives of deceased, and some helped them to live better. After completing their mission, water cremation preserves them intact, proving that those people has tried their best to live, which is meaningful to loved ones. That's something that cremations cannot do. Why hasn't it been open to public and become a trend though? Is it the price? A water cremation machine currently costs £330,000, and the cost of consumables to run it once is $45, making its total cost twice to 4 times that of cremation. But if it becomes popular, its average cost will naturally go down. The price is not the main limitation for its popularization. Actually, ethical issues affect more. Maybe you noticed that we only talked about the process of water cremation, but didn't mention where the alkali liquor that had disposed the bodies went. Do you think these alkali liquids with the human components have human properties? It's physically and mentally unacceptable for us to see liquids containing elements of our loved ones being poured down the drain. Funeral companies have proposed other solutions. For example, the alkali liquids contain large amounts of grease that can be used to produce biodiesel, and other components are good materials for fertilizer and biogas production. 68 to 90 kilograms of human waste can yield about 0.76 cubic meters of nutrients fertilizer. Republican Joseph Brodsky publicly rejected options. No matter what country or culture we come from, death means a lot. People experience many partings in their lives, and death is one of them. What are the considerations of those families who choose water cremation for their loved ones? How do they feel? Robert J. Clank was born in South Long Lake, Minnesota, grew up fishing and rented out yachts for a living. He suffered from colon and liver cancer in his 70s. After his death, his wife chose Greek cremation for him because water was Robert's lifelong love. She thought the water-based method would bring him back to happy days of playing by the water as a child. Let me take the words of a funeral director. I would say most of people make decisions on a gut feeling about water being gentle. Water cremation provides a final bath for the deceased. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy it.